Hope you're doing well and had an amazing day. It's good to see you. Want to give a big shout out to all of you because you all are amazing. I love you so fucking much. It's crazy. I love everything. I love everyone, even when they're being poopy shitty buttheads. I just want healing. I want peace, harmony, unity, love. I want all that good stuff. But that's not exactly reality, is it? So I have to live in Realville instead of Illusionville, which is kind of what I'm going to explain tonight. And I'm actually really excited about this one. Because the deeper I go in, the more I see, the more aware I am, the more I can pass on to you. And hopefully this will click for you. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm happy to answer as much as I can. I don't know everything. Never will know everything. I'm not God like that. I'll save that responsibility for big energy. All right. So I'm going to post a video here or before this one about the ego. All right. Just to do a quick synopsis of the rundown of what I've learned about the ego. See, in spirituality or in the communication here on this planet, people have a lot of different definitions for the ego. The ego is the false self. It's the fake self. It's the human self, right? It's the shell. But what I realized going through the quote ego death, what the ego really is, and this is from my perspective. Obviously, you know how I am. You do you, boo. This doesn't, click with you. You're not feeling it. That's cool. If you're not, then there's questions for you to go ask. Hey, what's up with this? Why am I feeling this? Ask more questions. But anyway, here's what I was shown last night and a couple other different things. When you go through the quote ego death, the ego, first of all, is not any of those things I just said. The ego is actually an energy. It is an energy that is the matrix. It's the coding within the matrix. It's this godless energy that started in the mind of one of the entities that decided it wanted to be God, not God, the big God. It wanted to create a system within a system and be God and control and manipulate everything. So it started that a long time ago, before time. And then over time, this energy, this godless energy, just like kind of like the Terminator, like AI, it started to think for itself. It started to say, hey, what do I need you for? I can control all of this. And so it's very similar to the movie The Matrix, where Trinity and Neo unplug from the system. That system, that's the ego. That system is what traps every single being into the matrix, into the lie, into the illusion. What is the illusion? What is the lie? Is that you are worthless, empty, you can't do anything, whatever else they tell you. You're limited, right? Hold on one second. My phone just alerted me that I'm running out of space, so hopefully I can get through this video. Otherwise, I'll have to do a part 2. So anyway, the ego is this energy that pretends to be God, but it's not. It's godless. It's a trickster. It's a false God. This energy has become so intelligent. It's become so powerful that it has pretty much taken over the entire universe. This is why we live in such a polarized system. And I'm going to show that to you actually with a little visual. Because what I was doing last night is when you're going through this quote ego death, which is basically sitting in the energy, and when you're in the energy and you're breaking free of that cocoon, that shell, and you're trying to unplug from it, and you literally are ripping it out of your body, and it hurts really bad. Because that entity believes that it is you, that's why you think it's you. But it's not. It's an energy outside of you, part of the matrix, like a program. But You think it's you, but it's not. That's that energy. And then when you start to rip it out of you, it's like ripping a root out of you. It literally is a root. And it hurts because it's attached to you. It's grown to you. It's like a tumor. And then it overtakes you. That's the virus. That is the virus of the system. That is the virus that has taken over the entire system of the universe, which is why we have been in a predator-prey cycle for eons. And I'll show you what was shown to me last night as I was working through this ego death and understanding this ego and understanding this energy. That as I was doing so, I started to think, wait a minute, I'm just energy. Let me see myself at the subatomic particle level. That's what I am. I'm particles. I'm electrons, protons, and neutrons, right? I'm particles. Everything is just particles. It's just energy. So I started to view my entire container as just that. This is my container. This is my shell. And I started to see the positive energy, the positive protons, and then I started to see the negative electrons within me. And I was like divided in half. My higher chakras were positive, my lower chakras are negative. Ascension, descension. God the Father, God the Mother. So it made sense. But then I thought, wait a minute, I'm a conscious aware being. I can change and manipulate energy. I don't like the way this negative energy feels within me. It actually hurts. I'm going to just transmute that and I'm going to change it into positive energy because that's how I want to exist in my reality. And so I started to do that. I started to flip the polarity of the negative electrons. Yeah, the electrons within my energy field. And I was like, whoa, that feels good. Not only does that feel good, but it makes sense. Because if I want to live in my higher chakra, my higher self, my higher vibration, people think, oh, you got to go up. That's true. But then if you want to live in your lower self, you got to go down. Okay, true. I see both polarities. I see both sides. But I want to be in the middle. I want the ability to be in every moment to say, I want my energy to be this, or I want my energy to be that, without any other energies impeding. And that's where this ego energy comes into play, which is being exterminated. And I'm going to show you how it's going to be done, because you're going to play an integral part in that. And so that's what I started to do last night. And I got all the way through all of my chakras. I was in the sacral because I started at the top and worked my way down. And I started going through and transmuting and changing the polarity. Because I'm like, I want to choose to live 100% positive. 100%. As above, so below. 100% positive. I want to be a positive energy all the way through. I don't want any 0.99.9 or 99. I want 100%. So that's my goal. I want to see what happens when I hit 100% positive polarity. It'll be interesting. But here's what I was shown, and I'm going to show you this picture. I don't know if you can see it. You see the protons and the neutrons are in the center there of the nucleus. I want you to think about that as God, because this is pretty fucking true, actually. That's God, the real God. Real God is the center of the universe. It's the energy, it's the supercomputer. But see how the positive protons hang out in the middle? They don't go outside of there. You want to know, light beings from there, why you don't want to come down here? Sorry about that. That's why. Because look what's outside of there. So let's say that's the God realm. Then you have the astral realm as the next layer. And then you have the material realm. It's all negative. The reason why a lot of light workers, including myself, look at the material plane and go, yeah, no thanks. I know what happens to me when I get down there. I get overtaken by a whole bunch of negative energies and I lose me. And then I get recycled and come back home. And I'll just stay right here next to God. I'm just gonna stay right there next to God in heaven where I'm happy and everything's great. And you guys, good luck. And then look what happens. These negative energies, which is exactly what is going on in the universe, they take over. There's a lot of them, not just these little ones here. There's a lot of them. The problem with this setup is it doesn't grow. It just stays stagnant. And us light energies need to change this up a little bit. So what's happening is, as I told you in another video, that the seed of God, the mustard seed, has been planted into the material plane. So it went into the material plane, the last layer, planted so that the light, you light workers, can pull your energy from your crown all the way down into the material plane so that we cover this whole circle in light. Positivity. What's going to happen? Well, a lot of things. It's going to piss off these negatives because the more you become 100% positive, the more they become 100% negative. It has to be balanced. When you become more positive and you start putting more positive energy into yourself and you give back their negative energy, it's going to create a lot of friction, a lot of anger. It's also going to push these negative energies into two things. This is what I talked about in another video where they went to spiritual jail because there are some of these negative energies that were being really freaking naughty. And this God that was in the center, they built a God out here. That's the ego. And they anchored every single being that has come out into the material plane, anchored it into that ego energy, that false God, that restricted God. And then they bound every single being to their rules, their ideas, their beliefs. And anyone that went against their system, what do they do to you? They kill you. Beat you, bully you, tyrant, ego, narcissist. But here's the change, guys. You guys are coming here into the material and you're saying enough is enough.